Do you want to make this many cakes for breeding purposes on Palworld? And do you want to make this amount easily with minimal effort? Then sit back and learn how. Subscribe and hit that notification bell for your daily dose of Palworld content. Also, check out my previous videos. Right, let's go bake some cakes. So this is my main base right near the starting zone. However, the base that we're going to be building at is quite a trek away, so you're going to need flying or it's going to be a long mission on foot. But this area is essential for honey farming. Now I'm going to show you why, so let me just put the power box down. I think this is in the right place now. So if we just fly up, we can check the perimeter, the circle. No trees are inside. It's one of the few areas I found on the map where no trees are inside the perimeter for the power box. Obviously you might have to adjust it, but this is what is essential for honey farming, because bee guard, if I get one out, normally they just go off and start logging and doing other things, and they're quite slack when it comes to creating honey anyways, so you really need them in the pens just making honey as much as possible without wandering off. So yeah, he's not wandering off. Fantastic. Right, let's get building a base. And there we go, lovely jubbly, nice little farming base. Now, let's fill it with some pals and get farming. That looks better, so we'll check back the next day and see what our yield is. What's going on with you, mate? Are you alright? Oh dear. So the combination that I'm running in this base is 12 farmers and 3 gatherers. Now for the honey, you're going to get around 379 honey per day, which will build 189 cakes. So if we do this over 5 in-game days, you're going to get around 1,895, which will get you around 945 cakes. Now one thing to mention, I haven't boosted or ranked any of these bee guard up. It's something that I want to test later on, so this is just an average normal yield. And I just want to say now as well that in my main base I've got my chickens within a couple of ranches, and I've got some berry fields there as well, so I'm getting my berries and eggs from the main base. So this base here is going to be for milk and honey. Now ideally you want 2 bases set up for this type of farming, one for honey and one for milk. So you'll get around 168 to 250 milk, which is the equivalent of 35 cakes. So if we go on the time span of 5 in-game days again, you're going to get around 1,250, which is enough for 178 cakes. So like I said, ideally you want 2 bases, one for honey and one for milk, but what I would say is after 5 days you've got more than enough honey, so I would take all the bee guard out and replace it with chickens or more cows, because the eggs and the milk is more harder to come by, because when building a cake it only requires 2 honey to make, whereas it requires a lot of eggs and a lot of milk. Now as for the wheat, you can put this in any base, but I've put this in the second base where I've got my chickens and other cows because it's just easier. So I've got 6 plots on the go, and this yields around 775 a day, which equals 155 cakes. So over a 5-day in-game time span, you're going to get around 3,875, which is enough for 775 cakes. So after going out hunting and capturing a load of pals, there's a couple of skills you want to look out for. Artisan, Work Slave, Lucky and Conceited. They all buff the work speed. Now Conceited is okay, it's only 10%. I believe Lucky's around 15, yeah 15%, and then Artisan is 50%, with Work Slave just behind at 30%. They're very good traits, and if you can get them combined together, you're going to have a very fast working pal, which will completely up the efficiency of these farming bases. Some of these pals are double the work speed of the pals without these traits. Now I highly recommend going out and capturing a load of these pals and ranking them up all the way to level 4, because it will boost their farming ability, which again will just yield really good results. Now what I would say is go and capture them, don't breed them, because the cost of a cake completely outweighs the cost of a sphere. It's just a lot easier and cheaper to just get a really good sphere and go out and capture a load. When I say good sphere, I would highly recommend going out with gigas or hyper if you can. Obviously throw megas if you want to, but if you've got one that can get to like 80% plus capture rate on the first throw, or even 100% like me with my hyperspheres, just so much easier. Like I said, don't breed, it's a waste of cake materials. Now that's not to say don't breed the ones that have got really good skills. So like if you come across a shiny and you've got one with artisan and work slave, absolutely breed them together, because the cost of the cake then is an investment in a more efficient workforce. But if you've just got normal ones with like slacker or no skills at all, don't bother breeding them, just go out and capture them. So these are obviously all the habitats. Chickpeas are everywhere. Moserina and Beeguard are a bit more elusive, so they only spawn in certain areas. However, there's a route that I'm going to show you on the map, and what you can do is just circle this route or go back and forth and you'll come across loads. Even if there's none there, just keep following that route, and what you'll find is you'll have loads within half an hour of farming. But just be sure to clear your inventory, because I went out a couple of times with a near full inventory, and by the time you've captured a load, because you're going to get your honey and your milk from capturing, or eggs if it's chickpea, you're going to run out of inventory room, so you're going to have to start dumping stuff everywhere. So that's where the Beeguard is. That's a good route. Now Moserina, this is the route that I take. So obviously it's near the starting zone, it's a little bit of a way, but I just follow this road all the way along, stop about here, turn around and follow it all the way back. So I'll show you what I do. So just go along here. Normally you'll come across quite a few. Sometimes you don't, you know, but if you don't fret. Just literally keep doing the route, and within half an hour you would have captured loads. So follow it up here. Now, because I'm on Jetrag and he's so fast, sometimes I miss some, so you need to be careful because this guy darts around. But having a fast mount does help. If you've got a very fast ground mount, that's even better. But Jetragon's really good for this. He's just darts around a bit too quick, and sometimes they don't spawn in. So we follow it around all the way here, and then just turn around. And we're going to follow it all the way back. Now they do spawn in abundance, Moserina, but sometimes they might not. Like I said, just literally keep following it. Now I am using a lot of hyperspheres. If you've got access to hyperspheres, do use them. I know they cost a bit in resources, but the time and the resources it costs to make a cake, it's just easier to make a sphere and go and capture than breed them. But if you've got some with really good skills, definitely breed them, because it's just going to yield much better results when it comes to getting your resources. So I've got 118 cakes ready to be baked here, and I can make, currently of all my resources, 199. So if we go to my main breeding base, and let's see how many cakes we got there as well. So we had that, 822. I'm never going to run out when it comes to breeding. By the time they get through these, I'll have a massive batch ready to go again. So thanks for watching everyone. I hope you found this video useful and got some value out of it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and check back tomorrow because I release daily Palworld content. And also give the video a like and a share, as it really does help out and I massively appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.